Morning, loves. Just coming to you from coffee time, sweet, slow morning. Connect into the earth, connect to the spirits, connect to my heart. Every day, the most important thing I do is align with divine, get synced up, so that no matter what's going on around me, no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what's going on in my individual life, I'm tapped in to the frequency that sustains me, that keeps me charged up, and also that holds me so that no matter what I need to feel, express, do, it's all wrapped up in divine codes. What are codes? Do you know what codes are? I think that you know, even if you don't know that you know. There's bits of information all over the universe that we don't always see with our eyes, although we can. We don't always feel that with our bodies, although we can. Think about the times that you've gotten chills. That's just one little example of feeling that information. I also think of codes as something that unlock doors, like the keys to the castle, or castle keys, the things that we can integrate into our being in a way that allows us to open up possibilities in our lives. And as we receive this information in whichever way is best for us individually, like I interpret the codes of the life around me in ways that may not even make sense to some people in my life. And they don't have to understand the things that my eyes see or that I interpret, download, and integrate in the systems that I walk through every day, because we're all walking through all these different systems. We're walking through so many varied realities, intaking the colors and the lights and the sounds and the ways that everything comes together in one room versus another room. All these different systems of the way people interact too. Like the protocol when you walk into a coffee shop, that's a system in place. The system of how you do your day. Do you get up and do you have to log in to a work portal some days? This is the system of how you make coffee. There's all these different systems around us, and we have a huge empowerment to choose which systems we're going to plug into. Some I plug into unconsciously. Many we plug into unconsciously. And they're all running different information. There's all these different codes. So the codes sometimes open doors, and sometimes there's codes that lock doors. I enjoy the freedom of opening doors to go into spaces and realities that liberate me to the truth of who I am, and that allow me to provide. It just feels like joy, the joy of opening up doors for others too, because others have opened up doors for me as well. You open the door, and then when people want to walk through, they do. And sometimes we don't want to walk out of one system into another system, and that's okay too. Everybody gets the opportunity to choose which system you want to be in, which codes do you want to use, which realities do we want to create. So many choices, So many choices. I've been feeling a lot of solar plexus work lately. Loving the yellow, also loving the purples. All the purples, the violets, the indigo colors, all these different light rays coming through for my eyes to see, both in a more non-physical way and in a light, bright way, and then also just in the reality of the fun things around me, the material world to play with. So much. And the solar plexus is really spinning big, finding power, individual power, finding our collective power and empowerment, not power over, but sovereign power. And being out here in Colorado and tapped into the really, really expansive energies. I'm like, look at this gorgeous view. And this adorable little kitty that I'm getting to love on this week. But feeling these really expansive vistas and the sunlight shining in. Helping me to light up places in me and little dark spots where I still have more to release, and feeling it as it releases. My emotions are a superpower. I remind myself of that all the time, because the less pleasurable emotions, it's a little harder to want to feel those to their completion. It's a practice of mine to feel them, to release them as often as I can. Sometimes I make the choice not to, as it doesn't feel good in that moment to kind of, my day sometimes, requires that I stay a little more on track, but making time and space on the regular to feel the emotions, letting the sun illuminate, letting the bright light illuminate those places and clearing them out. It's kind of like cleaning out drawers of an old cabinet. I might clean out one drawer one day and another day. That's okay. But getting out and being in this expansive space. I haven't been to Colorado in like 20 years. And when I was here before, I wasn't on my own. I didn't have the freedom to explore. So just driving is activating so much in me. Yesterday, I was down in the town around everyone and just got bubbly with all the joy of just seeing community and people enjoying life, and the river, and there were musicians all along the way. And then I went up into the mountains, and as I was climbing up through the mountains, there was so much emotion coming through, tears just running down my face. I was pulling energy up and out that needed to be released in me. And as I made my way, as the journey winded, and I just meandered back through, things shift. Just like the sun keeps moving through the sky and the shadows change, I find that just following those emotions and those experiences, you don't even have to try to make it shift, although we can if we want to. But I've really learned that if I just let it be, it will shift, and the emotions will become a new emotion, and a song will come on the radio, and a new feeling will come together. And it's just a natural way of moving through it all. And we're all moving through so much right now. And I have so much compassion for myself and for all of us as we navigate these quite precarious times on planet Earth. But I really feel in my heart deep love for all of us, that we are rebuilding our realities right now. And anything that's fallen down is just going to help us have exactly what we need removed, and what we need to take forward, we can take forward and create something stronger and better and more beneficial to the whole. to the whole of us, the holy, holy us. It requires some patience and just holding steady. A lot of self-care. And when any excess is there, community care and care for our circles. We're in this together. We're all connected, whether we know it in the moment or not, we are. Our hearts are all connected. I love you all. I'll see you soon.